Okay, I want to tee you up with what was, I think, my favorite story that you told me when we talked the very first time around Pavo. Am I saying the name right?
That's correct.
Yes. So tell me about your donor, Pavo. Tell us about him, how he ended up being, what do I have here? Seating a third of the campaign. Just tell the story, please.
Oh, all right. Well, Pavo, dear friend to the ministry, long time ministry partner, and he's one of our major donors. He also is one of our board members. I mean, he's as insider as insider gets. And but Pavo has never really uh, uh, been a what would you call it, like a um, uh, some people are just gifted at asking others for money.
Oh, he's
That's
one of those board members that's like, please don't put me on the front lines. I cannot, like, it's totally outside of my comfort zone to go
that's
up and
right.
walk up and ask someone for money. I don't know that there's a term for it, but every development director listening has a board member that's just like that, I promise.
That's right. Pavo will help fund it, but little reticent in terms of going to ask. But I had the dear pleasure of working with him over the Christmas break and putting together on the BetterUnite site. There's a link to the spreadsheet that basically explains down to the penny where how we're spending every single dollar and the progress towards every nation. And he and I went back and forth and helped to build that. And he has continued to give to these nations. And like even yesterday, he sent out a big blast to all of his family members and all of his friends again. And then sure enough, we receive a number of brand new donors to the ministry for the first time. I mean, it's really changed his relationship with the ministry. I hope he would. He'll see this later. I hope he would say that. I think he would. But he has become such a an advocate within his circle of influence, and that's been just so fun to watch. I've watched his kids become much more invested in the ministry, and not just financially, but in terms of picking a nation to support. And that's just been something that's just been really really fun to watch. And he'll be there with us at the Congress, and a number of his children are coming as well.
That's incredible. This is the piece that I think people forget about peer-to-peer campaigns. Like when, because I think that they kind of get this, like they get relegated to maybe a walk run or to what GoFundMe does, like let me just give to my neighbor that had, experienced a tragedy or something like that. But when we're like, as organizations handing our potential ambassadors, like that's the word that I like to use. That's what Pavo sounds like to me, a set of tools that allows them to, without, in person going up or doing anything that's uncomfortable, you hand them these tools, like they really can, they're off to the races sometimes, like Pavo. And I love that you also mention the way that it engages not just donors, because I do think that as a sector as well, we don't do a great job of acknowledging the volunteers that work for us or the people that give of their time and their talent as opposed to just the treasure, right? So we forget to acknowledge that the treasure can bring the time and talent and vice versa. Both can happen, and they carry a lot of weight, each of them.
That's absolutely right.